Hello, Niki.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you, Sagar?
Fantastic. I'm very happy to do this interview with you after a long time
Yes.
because it was not easy to get an interview with you.
Be careful.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm careful about it. I've been following your work since many years. And more than even knowing you, I used to use your pictures in my reports,
Yeah.
in my posts. With credit to you, I think you were an amazing photographer.
Thank
but
you so
now,
much.
at this point of time, you have sort of evolved into doing social media for Fide.
Yes.
Can you tell us what is your current role for Fide?
Yeah, my official title right now is Senior Social Media Manager at Fide. I consider myself mostly content creator. Again, be careful.
Yes.
I'm a content creator. I do videos, I'm making photos, I'm making graphic designs, I'm writing texts, I'm managing all platforms. Plus, I'm the team leader of the social media people. So I'm doing that. I'm doing not almost, but everything.
Wow.
Not by myself though. I have a great team. But I'm involved with all aspects of social media content creation.
Take us through the period a bit. So you were a chess player. Did you play chess? I think you have a rating.
Yes,
Not
but
very
compared to other people
Yeah.
around, yeah. Yeah, I started playing chess when I was, I think, 11 years old. And I love the game, but I was kind of lazy. And I liked playing, but I didn't really study. So what I loved about the game, okay, it's obviously the game, but I love the community. So after I realized that, okay, I also like to win. So you don't study, you don't win. It's obvious. I mean, after some time, you have to really study to evolve. So after some time, I decided that I saw other people doing different things than playing. So first, I became an arbiter. Then it wasn't for me. It needs a lot of patience and not doing nothing, but waiting a lot, following the games and just being there. And I'm very energetic, so I couldn't do it. So I just bought a camera, a very budget camera, and I started taking photos, and I fell in love with it. It wasn't the plan. This was never my plan to start photography. I didn't know that I was a creative person before that. Yeah. I was studying economics, I was doing other stuff. I was sure that I will do something with numbers because I was great with numbers. I love this kind of work.
And by the way, you were studying and growing up in which city?
In Athens.
In
I'm
Athens.
Greek.
So
yeah,
you,
I grew up in Athens.
You were born in Athens, you grew up in
Yeah,
Athens.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I fell in love with photography, and especially in chess. I don't know. People think that it's kind of like nothing happens and everything is like still and just thinking and doing nothing. But for me, trying to catch these emotions, try to get the eyes, trying to I don't know. I love the game. It has so much energy. Even by sitting down, you see so much passion, so much drama sometimes, and I always wanted to capture that.
Beautiful. And I think through your photography, you managed to do that.
Thank you.
Some of the big events you covered, right?
Yes, I've covered 2 World Championship matches, one in London, and the next one in Dubai.
Wow.
Candidates tournaments, I think, as a photographer, one, but as a social media manager, I've covered 2, and like lots of Grand Prix and not so many women's events. I don't know why. I loved women's events, but for some reason it didn't happen. And some opens, and yeah, I've done a lot of things, and I'm very happy about it.
So from when did your role sort of evolve from being a photographer to now what you are doing in Fide? How did the opportunity arise?
It's funny because she's right there.
Oh, nice question at the right time. No?
Because it was just passing by.
Yeah.
Hi, Anna.
I didn't hear what you said, but I agree with everything.
Perfect. Yeah. Sorry, can you repeat
Yeah, I
the
was
yeah,
like, how did this opportunity arise to work for Fide?
It was kind of coincidental. I have worked with a lot of different people in chess, and at some point, Anna, who just passed by, Anna Portasova, was in charge of Fide social media, and she had worked with me in the past, and I don't know, I think she liked the way we had communicated and the way I worked, and yeah.
And she said, she asked you.
She asked, okay, I went through some interviews, I gave my CV, and yeah, and they picked me.
This was in which year?
It was during COVID time, so
2020.
yeah, maybe 2020. No, it was 2021 because in 2020 I started working for Chess24. So I was working for them. I was doing some graphic design, and I was helping with Champions Chess Tour then, and some social media there. And I don't know how it happened. I was maybe kind of lucky, but it happened, and it's changed my life. And I love this transition. I love photography, but when you do everything, you never get bored. And not that I was bored with photos, but now that I do more, I realize that I love the combination of video, of design, of photos, of everything.
Talking about Fide's social media, I feel that a lot has evolved recently, or you can say in the last few years, and perhaps you are responsible for many of the things that are happening there. How would you say you decided to kind of change, or how did you approach this thing? Because on one hand you are creative, you want to do many things, but on the other it's an official body, and you cannot do things which otherwise you could have done as an individual.
Yeah, this is true. First of all, I'm not the only one responsible. I mean, we have a team. Everybody plays a very crucial role in everything. I mean,
how big is the team?
Okay, it's not big. We're 3 people who are on social media right now. It was smaller before. Maybe that's why the growth wasn't that big. So yeah, one person is mostly in charge of video editing, and me and the other, I can name them, Ajar.
Yes.
I think you have interviewed
I have
her.
interviewed her
Yes.
in Grand Swiss.
Yeah, she does different things, but for us, she mostly does video editing, and she's in charge of TikTok. And me and Nandi are managing all the other platforms.
And she's from India, Nandini Saripalli.
Yes, Nandi is great. Yeah, I love working with her. Working for an organization has some limitations as well. I cannot complain about them. I mean, maybe I kind of like them because our goal is to always focus on the positive and always try to promote the best in the game. And so we're focusing on the positive part. Sometimes some drama might happen, but we don't want to focus on that. I've read a lot about communication and organizations, and my favorite branding, and I'm trying to follow, is from IOC, focusing on the positive and trying to promote the game and the sport in the best way possible in that matter. So the limitations might be not posting so much about drama, or not so much, but in general about drama, or meme-like content. I mean, we might do some more fun stuff, but have the limitations there. It's kind of challenging because sometimes you see something that it will be perfect, will have great reach and great engagement, but you cannot do it. But
Does this happen often?
It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes, but Yeah, we understand the brand, we understand what we have to do about it, so it's fine. I kind of like this challenge, like trying to grow, but with keeping it positive all the time.
While you do your job very deeply and very in a focused way, one of the things that I feel is that you are a self-taught person. Is that correct? Like all the skills that you
Yeah.
have, you learn it on your own, be it photography, be it video editing,
Yeah.
graphic designing, all of it?
Yeah, all of it. All of it. The only thing I've studied is like marketing. In my master's degree is MBA focused in marketing. So all the other things, all the technical stuff, and yeah, I had some social media courses in the master's, but video editing, photography, design, just there are so many courses online. You can learn anything. And at the end of the day, if you can do a good job, it doesn't matter if you have like an official degree from a university that you're a photographer or a videographer or a designer.
It has to work. Like
Yeah.
for example, if let's say you are working for Fide and the Instagram numbers or let's say the YouTube numbers are growing,
Yeah.
then you're doing a good job.
Yeah, yeah.
So in that sense, are there any courses like online courses that you can recommend to people who want to become good at what you're doing?
I honestly haven't. In these days, I'm listening to either podcasts or watching videos on YouTube, but I don't have like a regular podcaster or some YouTuber that I'm following. It depends on, because these days I want to learn something very specific, so it's not like I'm following a course or. Yeah, I cannot help in that matter, but I know that there are so many platforms that you can find very high quality courses in such a low cost. I remember the first one I bought and it helped me so much, it was €9. I don't mean like expensive courses.
Which is this course?
I think it was in Udemy platform.
Ah.
Yeah, it was like basics of photography, and then I did more like video editing, graphic design, and okay, you cannot use them on your CV probably, or you can. I didn't, but they're very helpful, and budget courses. You don't need to have lots of money to learn things. Plus YouTube has everything now.
Yes.
Everything. Yeah. So.
And I see that you do most of your work on your phone. How important has it become to be good on your phone? Because I'm sure at some point you were using your laptop
Yeah.
for many of the things.
Oh, it's very important to be flexible and to be able to work in this first high pressure, because sometimes you have to do something high quality and very fast.
Yes.
So you have to do it like immediately. It
many
happens, it
times
has to be up like
something
very
has
quickly.
happened, and within 10 minutes I see you posted. In fact, I can tell you something very amazing about this event. I was speaking to a friend of
Yes.
mine who generally doesn't follow tournaments, and she went on Instagram and she saw this reel that you had posted of Vishy and Magnus smiling at each other and so
yeah,
on.
yeah.
And then she got curious
Really?
as to, wow, this is a great event. And then
Wow.
she went online on YouTube, and then she started following the live commentary there.
You cannot imagine how happy I am with what you're saying.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
mean, this is the ideal scenario,
Yeah, I
right?
know, but I see the numbers, I see the reach, I see the growth, but learning about somebody that that something that like I did something and it helped at least one person to learn about an event and to follow chess. So I'm very happy with that.
But this was because you posted it immediately.
Yeah.
And that had many likes, many views, and it reached a lot of people. So you're talking about this, the speed.
Yeah. And you asked me about how important it is to use the phone. It is very important, but it's also important to understand what are the right apps and what's the proper way to do things fast and efficiently. So I use so many. Like if you check my phone.
If I don't, I don't want to go into like for a chess
I
player.
can,
you don't ask their preparation.
I can tell you. I don't
Yes,
mind.
I would love to know what are and I think people would find it
Yes.
very useful. Which are the apps you use? Also, I think you use an iPhone.
Yes, I use an iPhone to film, and I have a gimbal as well for my phone, which helps you. Like now these days, these cameras are perfect. You know, if you have a gimbal to stabilize your video, you're fine. You can do almost everything for social media. So yeah. So iPhone, gimbal, and I use Grammarly a lot because English is not my
Your
first
native language, yes.
Yeah, so I sometimes I also make mistakes and have to check everything. And okay, I have Lightroom for photos because when I want to publish something fast, I send them from my camera to my phone and then edit the photo there. I also use CapCut a lot. I mean, you can auto-generate subtitles these days.
This is big,
This is huge.
In the present day of making shorts
Yeah.
and reels,
Yeah.
having subtitles is very important.
Oh, it's very important. And what else do I use? I have another app that I use a little bit during the candidates. It's called Vids, I believe. It has like templates for
one?
Vids.
VIDS.
Video, yeah, I think this is I'm not sure, I have to check. I think this is the one that it has templates with music, and you just make something very quickly if you're in a rush and you want to do something. So all of them are not free, I think, but they're not very expensive as well. What else do I use? I use more, but now my brain I cannot think of other apps. No. But I want to mention something about the content. Because you said that you see a difference. The most raw the content, the better.
The more raw.
The more raw, yeah. So I like to read a lot about what I do because I want to keep learning. So I read a lot about psychology and social media and what's the best way. People are like always like bombarded with advertisements and I feel stressed that you're looking at me. Go away. She's so important in my life, and now she's looking at me and I'm like...
Anyway, she will watch the interview later. So.
She can watch it later, but now
That's a very important point you were mentioning, that to be raw, to be original.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me what I was saying. What I want to do is because, now we have this great broadcast. You can look at the players from different angles, like these tiny cameras that point directly to their faces and everything. So what my vision is, what I'm trying to give to the followers and the spectators is a human element, a human side. Because what I like on social media, from what I've read, people want to see is something that they would feel like they would be there. They could film it. They could be like some small part of it. So that's what I'm trying to do these days.
So you don't put too much emphasis on which is the right music for this video or something?
These days I don't even put music on these videos. Yeah, I mean during events. I'm talking about this instant content that goes out while I'm in events. I don't know. It seems to be working, so... Yeah, of course, sometimes music important, you have to check the trends, you have to follow the rules, But the raw content and, seeing all these players, like, walking, how important it is. You always see them like that, thinking, not moving, and laughing. Like this video with Magnus and Visi discussing and guessing about the move and everything. It works. Yes. It's what would make me to be interested about something. So I think this interview is too long.
No, it's beautiful. I can already sense myself learning out of this, and I'm sure that a lot of people
But
will
you
learn.
do it in the best way. What are you talking about? You're the master of social media.
I learn so much from everyone and from you. How do you see different platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok? Which one is it like each one requires specialized content, or you can make one and then use it on other platforms? How do you see it?
Okay, good content goes everywhere, of course. But we don't post everything in all platforms. For example, we have also the website where we have to post about this news that happen around the world about Fide, about chess tournaments. We post almost everything that we want to communicate on Twitter, and then like Twitter has almost everything. Then it goes Facebook and Threads, and then Instagram it has the biggest filter, the more filters because it's. Yeah, it's not so much news-based platform, so we're trying to concentrate in fun content and sometimes educational content, but we're very picky there. Yeah.
And I think it really helps to understand each of the platform and devise a content strategy.
Yeah,
for
of course, of course. Yeah, this is very important. I will not go into details, but yeah, and we have different demographics in different platforms, so you have to also consider that. And of course, you have to consider how people use each platform. And you see that TikTok has the younger people, like the most fun content goes there. And Facebook is now going to the older generation. And Twitter, yeah, it's for news and massive content for us.
Beautiful. And being a social media manager is like, you have no off days because something could happen on a particular day and you have to be there, you have to be alert. So does that put pressure on you, or have you gotten used to it?
It used to put pressure on me, but it has its pros and cons. I mean, if you don't have working hours, then you can see it as a positive or a negative. I see it as a positive. I'm not alone also, so we can divide, like we can discuss days off, and you can take time to get off the internet and social media and everything. So we have found a balance, so I'm very happy about it.
Amazing. Yeah. And going forward, what do you see yourself? Do you see that you will continue working in this direction? Are there any new things coming up?
I love my job. I don't know. I mean, you talk in 10 years, I don't know what I will be doing, but I really enjoy what I do right now, and I want to focus on that and how to do it in the best way, and how can learn more, and how can I improve myself and help others maybe in my team feel more confident and be better and to do the best we can.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Niki, congratulations for growing Fide's different platforms.
Thank you.
In effect, you are growing chess because I think the more Fide grows, the more chess grows.
I hope.
And so huge congrats to you. And please keep up the great work.
Thank you, and thanks to everybody. This was a huge interview. If you've reached the end, you're very patient. Thank you for the interview, Sagar.
See you.